6 contestants are about to compete for thousands of pounds, but who's got what it takes to outrun the hardball? Welcome to Hardball. In the first of our 2 heats today, Caroline, Joe and Dan will all step up to play. Raring to go next are Sharon, Mark and Rhiannon, but only one of them will make it through to the final. Drawn at random to take on the hardball first, it's Dan. Dan, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself, Dan.
I'm 27 from Hull and I'm a Regulatory Affairs Associate.
And outside of work, Dan, what do you like to do?
I used to do quite a lot of online gaming. I've just had a newborn son, which has cut down my online gaming time significantly.
If only he knew how much of your time he's taken up.
Only, I know.
How do you think you'll do taking on the hardball?
I'm not a fan of going first, but we'll see how it goes.
Dan, we'll start by playing the moneymaker. The aim of the game is to get as far along the track as you can by answering as many questions as you can. Each correct answer moves you on 1 square and adds £50 to the jackpot. The further you move along, the more money you'll add. And that is what today's winner will play for in the final. But beware, the hardball is always hunting you down. And if it passes you, it's game over. Dan, let's get you on the track, shall we?
Let's.
There you are. OK. So the hardball will be released once I've asked you your first question. If you're ready. Dan, let's play hardball. Which animal shares its name with the ring at the centre of a dartboard?
Ball.
Correct. Uno is the Italian for which number?
1.
Correct. Launched in the US in 1981, what does the letter M stand for in MTV?
Music.
Correct. Which UK political party is John Major a former leader of?
Labour.
Conservative. In 1907, who became the first British author to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature?
Pass.
Rudyard Kipling. Who was the lead singer in the band Culture Club?
Pass.
Boy George. In a popular flavour of crisps, which dairy product is often paired with onion?
Cheese.
Correct. Which 2017 animated Pixar film won an Oscar for the song Remember Me?
Pass.
Coco. Launched in 1968, Apollo 8 was the first manned spacecraft to orbit which celestial body?
Moon.
Correct. King John is buried in the cathedral of which English city?
Sheffield.
Worcester. Which organ of the human body does the word optic refer to?
Eye.
Eye was the right answer, Dan, but just out of time when the hardball caught you there. How did you think it went?
Could have gone better.
Oh, hard luck. But you've added £250, and that is how the jackpot looks at the start of the game. Next to take on the hardball, it's Joe. Joe, welcome.
Thank you, Ori.
Tell us what you do.
So I'm a house husband.
Great job. Big job, though.
Big responsibility. Yeah.
It really is. If you were to win some money, Joe, today, what would you like to do with it?
So I am saving for a camper van. I was saving for one, and we were blessed with our 3rd child. So
what do you think about taking on the hardball?
I think I'm ready.
Yes? OK. Well, Joe, if you can get further than down along the track, that'll put you through to the next round. Let's have a look at the square to beat. That's where you've got to get to.
OK.
Joe, let's get you on the track.
Go on.
All right. Remember, Joe, the hardball will start once I finish asking you your first question.
OK.
If you're ready. Joe, let's play hardball. In a classic board game, players climb up ladders and slide down what reptile?
Snakes.
Correct. Which woodwind instrument is played by a flautist?
A flute.
Correct. In the dish macaroni cheese, what variety of Italian foodstuff is macaroni?
Pasta.
Correct. In 1994, which former prisoner was elected as president of South Africa?
Nelson Mandela.
Correct. Patented in 1991, which British inventor is most famous for his wind-up radio?
Trevor Bayliss.
Correct. Taking over from Christopher Eccleston, which Scottish actor played the 10th Doctor in Doctor Who?
Pass.
David Tennant. Which American city is famously nicknamed the Big Apple?
New York.
Correct. On which BBC radio station do Lauren Laverne and Stuart McConey present weekday shows?
Music.
Correct. The singer Charlotte Church has 2 children with which Welsh rugby player?
Gareth Jenkins.
Gavin Henson. In the D.H. Lawrence novel, what is the occupation of Lady Chatterley's lover?
He's a gardener.
Gamekeeper. The computer file acronym GIF stands for Graphic Interchange what?
File.
Format. The wrestler Terry Bollea is best known by which showbiz name?
The Undertaker.
Hulk Hogan. Someone born into privilege is said to have been born with a silver
spoon in their mouth.
Correct. To the closest mile, over what distance is a modern Olympic marathon run?
26.
Correct. In 2015, the Radio 1 official chart show moved from Sunday to which day of the week?
Friday.
Correct. In the armed forces, what is the highest rank in the British Army?
Brigadier.
Field Marshal. The Siamese...
I should have got that.
Sometimes these things happen. You've got plenty of other questions right. And as a result, there you are, towards the end of the second level of the track. £500 into the jackpot, which brings us up to £750.
OK.
And, of course, Joe, you got further down along the track, which puts you into the next round.
OK, great.
Dan, you know what that means? You are still at risk of going home. Our last player in this heat is Caroline. Come and join me. The two of you, welcome to the show. Tell us, what do you do?
I'm a teacher and I'm from County Antrim in Northern Ireland.
And away from the classroom, Caroline, what do you love doing?
I love cruising. I got married on a cruise ship, I honeymooned on a cruise ship, and I plan to retire to a cruise ship as well.
Well, it's fair to say you love cruising, Caroline.
I do.
Anyway, Dan and Joe have gone before you.
Yes.
Watching from the wings, what did you think?
I thought they did really well. I think the pressure up here is probably very difficult.
Well, you have to get further than Dan if you want to get through to the head-to-heads. So, Caroline, let's highlight the square to beat. There it is. Caroline, let's get you up on the track. OK. So, Caroline, remember the hardball will start once I finish asking you your first question.
Great.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
If you're ready. Let's play hardball. What colour is the British condiment known as HP sauce?
Brown.
Correct. Which group had a UK #1 with the song Red, Red Wine?
Pass.
UB40. According to superstition, which plant is believed to be lucky when it has 4 leaves?
Shamrock.
Clover. Patrick Stewart and James McAvoy have both played Charles Xavier in which film franchise?
The Hobbit.
X-Men. In 1892, Daniel Swarovski invented a machine which could precisely cut through which substance?
Diamond.
Crystal. The game known as What's the Time, Mr. Wolf is sometimes also called Grandma's... Footsteps was the answer, Caroline.
Awful.
Oh, no, Caroline. It's so hard to sometimes just get off the mark.
Yeah, that's what was difficult, getting started.
We got one question right, which puts £50 into the jackpot, so we're up to £800. But you didn't get further than Dan, which means I'm afraid you are out of the game.
It's been great. Thanks so much.
Well, Dan, that means that you are through.
I'm a lucky, lucky man.
So, Joe and Dan are now going to battle it out for a place in today's semi-final. But who will make it through? Let's find out as we play the head-to-head. Dan, how are you looking forward to taking on Joe?
From the round that you just did, I think you're going to be a strong player and going to be quite difficult to beat, so it's going to be tough.
Joe, you did get a little bit further than Dan along the track. So how are you feeling about taking them on in the head-to-head?
New round, new questions. It's 50-50 for me.
And, of course, our next set of contestants will be watching you guys very closely to see who they could be taking on. Good luck, lads.
Thank you.
This time, not only, though, do you have to outrun the ball, you also have to outrun each other. You will both be on the track at the same time, answering questions on the buzzer. A correct answer moves you one square along, but a wrong answer will move your opponent forward. Joe, Dan, remember, stay ahead of the hardball, because the first person that passes will be out of the game. OK, here we go. Let's put you both on the track. So in this round, the hardball will be released when one of you reaches the second level of the track, all right?
OK.
If you're ready, then let's play hardball. In the book of Exodus, how many commandments were given to Joe?
12.
10. Which on-screen newsreader has also presented Crime Watch and Antiques Roadshow? Joe.
Fiona Bruce?
Correct. The events that make up an athletics meeting are usually called track and what? Joe?
Field.
Correct. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire have both played Dan?
Spider-Man.
Correct. Which type of short woman's jacket shares its name with a type of Spanish? Joe?
Bolero.
Correct. Garrett Camp and Travis Kalanick co-founded which app-based minicab service? Joe?
Uber.
Correct. Which fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen concerns a little girl who, Dan?
Hansel and Gretel.
Thumbelina. In which European country is the city of Leipzig located? Joe?
Austria.
Germany. In the words of the traditional saying, birds of a feather do what, Joe?
Fly together.
Flock. What name is given to Japanese energy healing that involves laying of... Dan?
Reiki.
Correct. Played with sticks, which sport has variations called... Dan?
Rugby.
Hockey. In 1940, which British Prime Minister famously said, "We shall fight on the beaches"? Joe?
Winston Churchill.
Correct. In maths, what is the name for a number multiplied by itself and then by itself again? Joe?
Cube.
Correct. A double lamb chop with meat on both sides of the bone is named after which Yorkshire town? Barnsley. What colour is a traditional casino roulette ball? Dan?
White.
Correct. Which US law enforcement agency has the motto fidelity? Dan?
FBI.
Correct. In the cartoon, Gargamel and Azrael are regularly thwarted. Dan?
Smurfs.
Correct. Which stand-up comedian and fresh meat actor hosted the 2018 Brit Awards? Jack Whitehall. Kestrels are able to detect which type of light that is invisible to the human. Dan?
Ultraviolet.
Correct. What is the name of the fictional planet where the superhero Superman... Joe?
Krypton.
Correct. Which model did Tommy Hilfiger collaborate with on the clothing line Tommy x Gigi? Dan?
Gigi Hadid.
Correct. Which British sprinter famously said that he started a race on the... Joe?
Linford Christie.
Correct. Which fruit has the alternative names alligator pear and butterfruit? Avocado. Which Roman martyr is regarded as the patroness of church music? St. Cecilia, chaps. It's a tiebreaker. Can't split you. I'll ask you one final buzzer question. Give me the correct answer, and you're through to the semi-final. But a wrong answer will send your opponent through. Fingers on your buzzers. Here we go. What is the common name of the Australian curved throwing stick that will return, Joe?
Boomerang.
Is the right answer. Wow. Joe, well done.
Thanks,
Quick on
Sharon.
the buzzer when it counted.
Well played, Joe.
Oh.
Dan, I'm afraid we're going to have to say goodbye to you. Have you enjoyed your time on Hardball?
Been great, thank you.
Well, Joe, we will see you again in the semi-final.
Thanks, Ori.
So, Joe is through to the semi-final and £800 is in the bank. Time now to play our next heat as 3 more contestants are ready to take on the Hardball. Sharon, Mark and Rhiannon, welcome.
Thank you.
One of you will be playing Joe in the semi-final, so let's find out who. First to see if they can take on the Hardball, it's Rhiannon. So, Rhiannon, tell us about yourself.
I'm 39. I'm a PR director and mum of 2 from Shrewsbury.
And outside of work, Rhiannon, what do you like to do?
Do you know what? I always hate this question because I always sound really dull, because I actually don't have any interest other than my 2 boys who keep me beyond busy.
That's not boring at all.
Good.
Well, Rhiannon, we've seen how the game has been played before you, and we've seen just how difficult the Hardball is. So how are you feeling about taking it on?
Do you know what? Now I'm here, I'm excited.
OK.
Bring it on.
Rhiannon, you are my kind of contestant. So you know how the moneymaker works. Simply answer as many questions as you can before the Hardball passes you. £50 will go into today's jackpot with every square you light up. Make it further than either of your opponents and you will be through to the next round.
OK.
All right?
Yeah.
Let's get you on the track. The Hardball will be released once I've read your first question. Rhiannon, if you're ready, then let's play Hardball. In football, how many goals make up a hat-trick?
3.
Correct. A snake bite is said to have caused the death of which queen of ancient Egypt?
Pass.
Cleopatra. The name of which dinosaur is commonly abbreviated to T-Rex?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Correct. Which American singer had hits in the 1980s with Borderline, Holiday?
Madonna.
Correct. Which American airline shares its name with the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet?
Delta.
Correct. In 2010, which former Big Breakfast host began presenting the weekday breakfast show on BBC Radio 2?
Chris Evans.
Correct. The cha-cha, rumba and jive are all styles of which performance art?
Dancing.
Correct. The name of which popular dessert literally translates from French as burnt cream?
Creme brulee.
Correct. In the 1975 Steven Spielberg film, what species of shark is Jaws?
Blue.
Great white. From which material is an ascot necktie traditionally made?
Pass.
Silk. What river flows under the Clifton Suspension Bridge in Bristol?
Avon.
Correct. Published in 1998, How to Eat is a book by which TV cook?
Ainsley Harriott.
Nigella Lawson was the answer, Rhiannon. Well, you didn't embarrass yourself at all.
Good.
£400 put into the jackpot, which takes us up to £1,200. And you're currently the one to beat.
Fabulous.
Next to take on the hardball is Mark. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself, Mark.
I come from Lanarkshire in Scotland, and I'm a business support manager.
And Mark, what do you like doing outside of work?
I've recently been playing visually impaired 10-pin bowling.
So you're a sporty type. Does that make you competitive?
I just think you've got to try things and try your best, so that's what I aim to do.
Mark, if you were to get through to the next round, you need to get further than Rhiannon on the track. And she did pretty well.
I think she did great.
Mark, let's highlight that square to beat. There we are, second level of the track. Mark, let's put you up there. Remember, the hardball will start once I've finished asking you your first question.
Okay.
Mark, if you're ready. Let's play hardball. When you reveal a secret, you are said to have let which animal out of the bag?
Cat.
Correct. A basic pancake batter is usually made with eggs, milk, and which other main ingredient?
Flour.
Correct. A well-known fable by Aesop is The Boy Who Cried What?
Wolf.
Correct. In the title of a US police drama, the name of which American state precedes 5-0?
Hawaii.
Correct. Chris Lowe and Neil Tennant are members of which band?
Pet Shop Boys.
Correct. In 2017, which member of the royal family announced their engagement to Meghan Markle?
Prince Harry.
Correct. Which organisation is often referred to simply as the EU?
The European Union.
Correct. The laughing kookaburra bird is native to which continent?
Australia.
I'll accept. Which British radio drama series was originally billed as an everyday story of country folk?
Archers.
Correct. Which British ballerina was born Margaret Evelyn Hookham in 1919?
Pass.
Margot Fontaine. In the 1940 film Fantasia, which Disney character appears as a sorcerer's apprentice?
Mickey Mouse.
Correct. In the UK, at what time in the evening is the broadcasting watershed?
9 p.m.
Correct. What F is a style of trouser that gets wider from the knee down?
Flares.
Correct. The large round disc on the flag of Japan is which colour?
Red.
Correct. Which 1935 Fred Astaire film musical shares its name with a style of headdress?
Top hat.
Correct. In the Obama administration, what position was held by Hillary Clinton?
Secretary of State.
Correct. Which nocturnal bird of prey is commonly associated with the Greek goddess Athena?
Owl.
Correct. The capital city of which Middle Eastern country is called Beirut?
Pass.
Lebanon. In J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan, what is the surname of the character Wendy?
Darling.
Correct. What is the correct term for a male honeybee?
Drone.
Correct. Which Polish Renaissance astronomer created a theory placing the sun at the center of the universe?
Pass.
Copernicus. In which sport are Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor famous names?
Snooker.
Correct. In 1906, which political party appointed Keir Hardie as its first leader?
Labour.
Correct. Who directed the 2014 film The Grand Budapest Hotel?
Pass.
Wes Anderson. In 2016, who replaced Stephen Fry as the host of BBC comedy panel show
Sandy
QI?
Toksvig.
Correct. Which Roman poet was banished by Emperor Augustus to a remote province on the Black Sea?
Plato.
Ovid. In which decade did the urban music station BBC Radio 1 Extra launch? The 2000s was the answer, Mark. That was phenomenal. We put £1,050 into the jackpot, taking us up to a total of £2,250. You can afford a smile and a half, Mark.
It's definitely something worth playing for in the head-to-head.
Absolutely. You got further than Rhiannon on the track, so you are safely through to the next round.
Thank you.
Rhiannon, Mark did really well,
Amazing.
and as a result, you are still at risk of going home.
Yeah.
Our last contestant to play today is Sharon. Sharon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm from Birmingham. I'm a social worker. I'm a mother to 3, grandmother to 6.
Oh, fantastic. Big family then.
Yeah, huge family. Just has a new little grandson, Jesse.
What else keeps you busy?
Work keeps me busy. My grandchildren keep me busy. Running away from snakes keeps me busy.
Stop. Sorry, why?
My partner breeds carpet pythons. And just as I was coming here, I was trying to go to the airport, and he just said, I can't take you to the airport. Kevin Roper had escaped. Kevin Roper's our snake.
Where's Kevin?
Exactly,
Where's Kevin?
exactly. I just said, I hope it's not in my suitcase, because what will I say when they scan it through the airport if I've got a snake in my suitcase?
You've got a dangerous snake stored somewhere.
Yeah, be a snake on a plane.
Sharon, crikey, OK. What did you think watching Mark on the hardball track?
He was brilliant. He was really good.
Sharon, for you to make it through to the next round, you need to get further than Rhiannon.
I know. She did well as well, though.
Let's see how well you'll do.
OK.
Let's highlight the square to beat. There it is. OK.
Right.
Sharon, let's put you on the track. Sharon, wishing you the best of luck.
OK.
Remember, the hardball will start once I finish asking you your first question.
OK.
If you're ready, let's play hardball. From which country does the dessert tiramisu originate?
Italy.
Correct. Posi-drive, flat blade, and Phillips are all types of head...
Screwdriver.
Correct. On which quiz show can contestants opt to phone a friend or ask the audience?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Correct. In 1946, Churchill described the alliance between the UK and which other country as a special relationship?
America.
Correct. In 2012, which British singer released the single Troublemaker?
Pass.
Ollie Murs. In the naming of Royal Navy vessels, what does the M stand for in the abbreviation HMS?
Majesty.
Correct. Sir Edmund Hillary is famous for reaching the summit of which mountain in
Everest.
Correct. Directed by Ken Loach, which film is about a young boy who cares for his pet falcon?
Kes.
Correct. The name of a professional English football club is Preston North what?
End.
Correct. Amethyst is a variety of which mineral?
Pass.
Quartz. Which two words complete the title and first line of the nursery rhyme Twinkle, Twinkle?
Little Star.
Correct. English kings known as the Elder, Martyr and Confessor all reigned?
Edward.
Correct. In the James Bond films, what is the name of M's secretary?
Moneypenny.
Correct. Which animal is ridden in Olympic equestrian events?
A horse.
Correct. At sea, what word is called out to greet someone or draw attention to something from a distance?
Ahoy.
Correct. The Vicar of Dibley is set in a fictional village in which English county?
Pass.
Oxfordshire. The last night of the proms is traditionally held at which London concert hall?
Pass.
Royal Albert Hall. Clickety-click represents which
66.
number? Correct. In which Australian city is Mrs. Macquarie's Point located?
Sydney.
Correct. In the UK, who was leader of the Labour Party from 1980 to 1983?
Neil Kinnock.
Michael Foot. Which illustrator created the children's books The Snowman and Father Christmas?
Pass.
Raymond Briggs. Which long variety of pasta? That was a very good moneymaker.
Thank you.
Sharon, we put £750 into the jackpot, taking us up to a nice round £3,000.
Thank you.
And Sharon, you're safely through to the next round.
Right. OK.
Which means, Rhiannon, I'm afraid it is the end of the road for you.
It is. I was annihilated.
I wouldn't say that much. I really wouldn't. Mark and Sharon were just on great form today.
They were both amazing.
Rhiannon, I'm afraid it is the end of the road. Thank you for playing hardball.
Thank you.
So, Sharon and Mark are now going to compete for a place in today's semi-final. Who will make it through? Let's find out as we play the head-to-head. Mark and Sharon, well done in getting to the head-to-head.
Thank you.
So how are you going to take on the head-to-head?
We'll just see how the questions come, and I'll do as well as I can, but it'll be tight.
Well, it'll be tight, it'll be tough, especially going up against Mark, Sharon.
I'll do my best, but he's fairly awesome, so don't know how I'm going to do.
Well, it does get tougher, because this time, not only do you have to outrun the hardball, you've also got to outrun each other. As you saw earlier, you'll both be on the track at the same time, answering questions on the buzzer. A correct answer moves you one square along, but a wrong answer will move your opponent forward. Again, Sharon and Mark, you need to stay ahead of the hardball, as the first person it passes is out of the game. The winner goes straight into today's semi-final with Joe. Mark, Sharon, let's put you both on the track. In this round, we release the hardball when one of you reaches the second level of the track, all right? If you're ready, then let's play hardball. The national flag of which of the 4 countries of the UK features a dragon? Sharon,
Wales.
Correct. In sport, the abbreviation MMA stands for Mixed Martial... Mark?
Arts.
Correct. Which musical instrument are you playing when you tickle the ivories? Mark?
Piano.
Correct. Gruyere cheese is named... Sharon?
Sweden.
Switzerland. What E is a phrase written on a tombstone in memory of the person? Mark?
Epitaph.
Correct. In rhyming slang, what is a Ruby Murray? Sharon?
Curry.
Correct. What name is given to an area of space with such an intense gravitational field that even light can't escape? Sharon?
Vacuum.
Black hole. From 1962 until 1970, which band's drummer was Ringo Starr? Sharon?
Beatles.
Correct. In the Catholic Church, what colour are the skull caps traditionally worn by cardinals? Sharon?
Purple.
Scarlet. Which actress played Frida Kahlo in the 2002 film Frida? Mark?
Selma Hayek.
Correct. Margaret Thatcher became the first female British Prime Minister in which year? Sharon?
1979.
Correct. By definition, what does an insomniac find it difficult to... Mark?
Sleep.
Correct. The 1785 poem known as To a Mouse is by which Scottish poet? Mark?
Robert Burns.
Correct. The name of which Libyan city is derived from Greek words meaning three cities? Sharon?
Tripoli.
Correct. Which British chef has children named Poppy, Honey and Daisy? Sharon?
Jamie Oliver.
Correct. Which district of London is particularly known for its diamond merchants and jewellers? Mark?
Covent Garden.
Hatton Garden. In the sitcom Fawlty Towers, what is the name of Basil Fawlty's wife? Sharon?
Sybil.
Correct. The Yucatan Peninsula and Baja, California are located in which country? Sharon?
Mexico.
Correct. In the DC Comics, what is the superhero alter ego of billionaire Oliver Queen? Mark?
Green Arrow.
Correct. Given to male members of the Sikh faith, what does the name Singh mean? Lion. How many pieces does a player start with in a game of chess? Sharon?
16.
Correct. What was the first name of Peter Capaldi's character in the sitcom The Thick of It? Malcolm. Malcolm was the answer, and because neither of you knew the answer, we end on exactly the same square in the head-to-head. Mark, tell us how you're feeling.
That was very tight, to and fro. As I said, she's an awesome opponent, so down to a final press of the buzzer.
Well, 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 Sharon, right on the buzzer with the last question kept you in the game.
Yeah.
How much chess do you play? How much chess do you have time to play?
I haven't played for years. I had to count while you were asking the question.
You got all the way up to 16
Yeah.
and then buzzed and then got it right. Well, both of you, a fantastic head-to-head. But as a result, Mark, Sharon, because the hardball passed both of you at the same point, it means we have to play a tiebreaker. So I'll ask one final buzzer question. Give me the correct answer, and that is you into the semi-final. But be careful, because a wrong answer will send your opponent through. All right? Fingers on your buzzers. Here is your final question. The Spanish word amigo translates... Sharon?
Friend.
Correct.
Sorry.
Well done.
That is exactly the answer we were looking for. Sharon, well done. You are through.
Really worthy opponent. Either of us could have got that.
Well, like you said, Mark, it came down to one final press, and Sharon was just that little bit quicker.
She's great on the buzzer, and I think Joe's got his work cut out for him.
Oh, it's going to be quite some semi-final. Mark, you would have been a great player in the semi-final as well. After that moneymaker, like I said, nobody scored better than you in the first round. Mark, thanks for being a great contestant.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing hardball. Sharon, you are through to the semi-final to take on Joe.
Okay.
So we're down to the last two, but who will make it through to play for the £3,000 today? Let's find out as we play the semi-final. Joe and Sharon, semi-finalists.
Thank you.
How are the nerves? How are the hands?
Bit jangly for me.
Yeah. Same.
Well, you've both done really well to get here. At this stage, it gets a little bit more serious, doesn't it? Because we're only a few moments away from playing for that £3,000 in the jackpot, and only one of you can make it to the final to play for it. Again, I'll ask you the questions on the buzzer. Right answers move you forward, wrong answers will move your opponent forward. The winner will go through to today's final, the loser will be going home. Sharon, Joe, best of luck. Let's put you both on the track. Fingers on your buzzers. The hardball will be released the moment one of you reaches the second level of the track, all right? If you're both ready, then let's play hardball. Which compass direction is the exact opposite of northwest? Joe.
Southwest.
Southeast. Who is the lead singer of the Rolling Stones? Sharon.
Mick Jagger.
Correct. The theme song of which US sitcom is I'll Be There For You? Sharon.
Friends.
Correct. In 2015, who became the Wimbledon ladies singles champion for a 6th time? Joe.
Serena Williams.
Correct. Which American jazz singer's autobiography was entitled Lady Sings? Sharon.
Billie Holiday.
Correct. In the Beano, Danny and Plug are members of the Bash. Sharon.
St Elmo's School.
Bash Street Kids. Which large marine mammal has species called blue and Joe?
Whale.
Correct. In the name of a type of beer, what does the letter A stand for in I? Joe?
Ale.
Correct. The clavicle is the anatomical name for which bone in the human? Sharon?
It's collarbone.
Correct. Founded in 1895, which UK charity is one of the UK's largest landowners? Joe?
National Trust.
Correct. Hosted by Keith Lemon, the TV show that looks around celebrities' houses is called Joe?
The Keyhole.
Correct. Which F is a Chinese system for positioning a building and its contents? Joe?
Feng Shui.
Correct. The Nile River drains into which sea? Joe?
The Red Sea.
Mediterranean. Which character from a popular nursery rhyme had a lamb whose fleece was white as Sharon?
Mary.
Correct. By what stage name is the former lead vocalist of Black Sabbath best known? Sharon.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Correct. Purple sprouting is a variety of...
Broccoli.
Joe? Correct. Which country's native people are called Maoris? Sharon.
New Zealand.
Correct. In which organ of the human body are the renal pyramids located? Sharon.
Kidneys.
Correct. Which model of Volkswagen car is often referred to as a bug? Joe?
Beetle.
Correct. In the song from The Sound of Music, which note is a note to follow so? Sharon?
T.
La. In the netball positions abbreviated to WD and GD, what does the D stand for? Joe?
Defence.
Correct. Who won the Global Success Award at the 2018 Brit Awards? Ed Sheeran. Which soft confectionery item is toasted to make the camping treat? Sharon?
Marshmallow.
Correct. In 2016, which Paralympian won gold for Team GB in the T4 100 metres? Johnny Peacock. Earth Day is celebrated in which month? Sharon?
April.
Correct. In which American state is the Grand Canyon national? Joe?
California.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Joe, it was worth buzzing in because Sharon was just in the lead. And looking at the track, Sharon, there you are.
Yeah.
On the 3rd level of the track. An important lead and enough to make you our winner today. Well done.
Thank you.
That was a tough head-to-head, wasn't it?
It was really hard.
close.
Neck and neck, we just kept taking over each other.
I didn't know where to look.
No.
I'm trying to read questions, looking at you, thinking, oh my gosh, we're all over the place. But it was a really well thought out semi-final. And Joe, you can be really proud of what you've done today.
I've had a great time. Thanks, Ori.
Sharon, are you ready?
I don't think so.
I'll give you about 1 second to get ready because it's time to play the final. Sharon, congratulations on making it to the final.
Thank you.
So the jackpot stands at £3,000. That's what you're playing for.
Lovely.
How would you like to spend the money if you were to win?
Well, one of my closest friends emigrated to Australia 20 years ago, and we've been saving to go there.
That would be a truly special trip, wouldn't it?
It would be fab.
To win that money, Sharon, you got to take on the hardball one last time.
Okay.
This time, though, you would have to beat it. If you make it all the way to the end of the track without the hardball catching you, you will be going home with that £3,000.
Right.
But it ain't going to be easy.
No.
To help you, Sharon, you've got 3 boosts, which you can activate at any time. Each boost allows you to jump forward 1 square, but for every boost you use, that jackpot prize will be halved. So use them wisely and only when you have to. Right. If the hardball catches you at any time, the game is over and the jackpot is lost.
Okay.
Sharon, you'll see 5 categories.
Right.
You'll need to choose one and answer questions on it until the hardball reaches the end of each level of the track. Then we'll switch to a different one, and so on.
Okay.
Let's have a look at your 5 categories today. We've got world cities, history, US television, sport, and celebrities. What do you think?
I think I prefer world cities and history.
So world cities and history we kind of like. What do you think about the other three?
Yeah, US television. I don't watch lots of television. I do watch Netflix, though, so I might be able to answer a few.
That could be stuff.
From that. And then celebrities, current celebrities, I'm not that good on. Maybe old celebrities.
OK, so we've got a spread. Which one would you like to tackle first?
I'll try world cities to start off with.
World cities it is.
Okay.
Answer as many questions as you can on world cities, Sharon.
OK.
You ready to take on the final?
Yeah.
Let's see.
OK.
Sharon, let's put you on the track. The hardball will be released when I've finished asking you your first question. So, Sharon, for £3,000 for the final time today, if you're ready. Let's play hardball. The Shard is the tallest building in which city?
London.
Correct. Which Chinese city is home to the Forbidden City?
Beijing.
Correct. Which Hungarian city essentially consists of two parts located on opposite sides of the Danube River?
Budapest.
Correct. Until 1995, which Indian city was known as Bombay?
Mumbai.
Correct. Which Scottish city is commonly known as Old Reekie?
Edinburgh.
Correct. Which Spanish city has several famous buildings and a park designed by Antoni Gaudi?
Barcelona.
Correct. From which English city did the Titanic set off on its maiden voyage?
Southampton.
Correct. Santiago is the capital city of which country?
Chile.
Correct. Which English city was the 2017 UK City of Culture?
Glasgow.
Hull. The name of which Moroccan city can be translated? Good start, Sharon.
It was all right.
You do know your world cities. You've made it to the second level of the track. You've got a decent lead on the hardball. And world cities, your first hurdle is out of the way.
Yeah.
So let's think about those positives.
OK.
We've still got £3,000 and 3 boosts.
Yeah.
All intact. 4 categories remaining, Sharon. History, US television, sport, and celebrities.
OK.
Which would you like to choose next?
I'll try history next.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's take on history. Wishing you the best of luck with this, Sharon.
Thank you.
Beat the hardball to the end of the next level of the track and you'll be one step closer to that £3,000.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, your first question on history coming right up. In 1605, Guy Fawkes was arrested for trying to blow up which building?
The House of Parliament.
Correct. During World War II, an agricultural campaign encouraged people to dig for what?
Victory.
Correct. The Anglo-Saxon king Harold II was famously defeated at which battle?
Hastings.
Correct. In 1798, the Battle of the Pyramids took place in which country?
Egypt.
Correct. What is the name of the 14th century pandemic in Europe and Asia that caused up to...
Plague.
Correct. Which year saw the bombing of Pearl Harbor and the USA joining World War II?
1941.
Correct. Which American president was assassinated in 1865?
Lincoln.
Correct. Mary Seacole is celebrated... So, there you are, well into the third level of the track. You're ahead of the hardball.
Yeah.
Still got that £3,000.
I know. It's just the categories worry me now.
Let's have a look at them. US television, sport, and celebrities. That's what we've got left to play.
OK.
What would you like to go with?
I don't think I'm much good at any of them, but I'll just try US television, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
OK, US television it is. You still got those 3 boosts there intact.
OK.
Sharon, here we go. Which 1960s science fiction series featured the characters Scotty and Captain Kirk?
Star Trek.
Correct. What TV drama is set in the fictional Sterling Cooper advertising agency?
The Office.
Mad Men. In the cartoon, what breed of dog is Scooby-Doo?
The Great Dane.
Correct. The US equivalent of Strictly Come Dancing is called Dancing with the what?
Stars.
Correct. According to the title of a Larry David sitcom, what emotion should you curb?
Enthusiasm.
Correct. Set at Sacred Heart Hospital, in which comedy does Zach Braff play a doctor called JD?
Pass.
Scrubs. Based on a UK series, in which show does Steve Carell play manager Michael Scott?
The Office.
Correct. Well, that answer came in handy in the end.
It did. I knew one of them would be The Office.
It was like you knew it was coming. Sharon, it was a question that keeps you a couple of squares ahead of the hardball,
Good.
which is really good, especially at this real pressure stage of the final. We've got 2 categories left. Let's have a look. It's sport and it's celebrities.
I think I'll go for celebrities next and then see if I need sport.
OK, let's go with celebrities.
OK.
Remember, you still have all 3 boosts remaining. But, of course, were you to use any of them, that would take money out of that £3,000 jackpot.
Yeah.
So, here's your first question. Paul Hewson is the birth name of which U2 singer?
The Edge.
Bono. Which British journalist was a judge on both Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent?
Piers Morgan.
Correct. Who is the older sister of the singer and actress Ashlee Simpson?
Don't know. Pass.
Jessica Simpson. Which film director did pop star Madonna marry in 2000?
Guy Ritchie.
Correct. Alicia Vikander and Angelina Jolie have both played which video game character in films?
Laura Turner.
Lara Croft. Half-sister to Kim Kardashian. Which Jenner sister is the eldest?
Kylie.
Kendall. Tricky question, Sharon.
It's really hard.
How are you feeling right now?
Well, I've had to use my boost twice and the ball's right behind me, so I don't know. I'll try, but sport's not a good category for me, so...
Well, Sharon, thinking about the positives, you did use the boosts.
Yeah.
And it's kept you in the game.
Yeah.
But that has reduced our jackpot a little bit. So we're down to £750.
Yeah.
And that is what we're playing for at the moment.
Yeah.
But like you said, we've got to take on that last category.
Yeah.
It's sport.
I know stuff sometimes in the back of my head that I don't think I know, so we'll see how I go.
I'm sure you'll do absolutely fine. £750 is in the bank. 1 boost remaining.
OK.
One last time. Let's play hardball. In 2017, Joe Root became England's Test captain in which sport?
Pass.
Cricket. Which American sport is played on a diamond-shaped pitch?
Baseball.
Correct. In his playing days, which British assistant manager was famously known by the nickname Psycho?
Pass.
Stuart Pearce. In which sport is David Hay a former world champion?
Boxing.
Correct. Between 1986 and 2013, who managed Manchester United?
Alex Ferguson.
Correct. With which basketball team did Michael Jordan win 6 NBA championships?
New York Giants.
Chicago Bulls.
1 left.
Oh, Sharon's so close.
I know.
Sometimes it's about getting a bit more of a lead on the hardball, isn't it?
Yeah, it feels really hard that it just right at the end, but that's the game.
Some people don't get this far at all.
No.
So I think you can be really proud of that. Oh, sport. Who'd play it?
Not me.
Sharon, I'm afraid you have been beaten by the hardball, but well done on playing a fantastic game.
Thank you.
So that brings the hardball to a halt for now. Join us next time when 6 more contestants will try to beat the hardball. See you soon.